Great. Well, we're recording to the cloud, and like I said, thank you for joining me here on this Sunday night. So here it is, almost a third of the way through the month of February, and well on our way to doing a lot of things. You know, I wanted to come over here and kind of go through some basic things in the back office because there seems to be some confusion. And so I wanted to try to eliminate the confusion. So if you're not on here live, you know, and you're watching this tomorrow or the next day, you know, I'll have it up on the YouTube account. But, you know, I want you to go over to your website addresses. And, you know, that there seems to be a misnomer, and that misnomer is, you know, that everybody's got to go through the the pre-enrollment process. Well, that's not necessarily true, right? All you have to do, excuse me, is, you know, if you want to sign somebody up, all you've got to do is go to this site, right? Go to your corporate site, and it'll load up here in a second. If you haven't been over to the corporate site, by all means, go there, look around, go to all the pages. But I want you to, you know, you can immediately click on order, or you can send your link to somebody. They can click on order, and they can then become a preferred customer, or they can become a independent representative. So I'm just, well, I don't know why that didn't load. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, so here we are. I've clicked on order, right? And what happens next is this comes up, and then you can scroll down here, and it says, you know, order as a preferred customer or become a representative. And so if you send your link to somebody, this link here, and they want to sign up right now, you don't have to send them through the pre-enrollment. They don't have to become pre-enrolled. They can go right here, sign up instantly, lock in their position. All they've got to do is fill out their personal information, username, password, the shipping information, and then select your membership. You know, what products are you going to buy? And so as you see, you've got your basic one, and then your 2-pack, and then your 3-pack, your 6-pack of products, and then your 2 business builder packs, right? Choices. So you can order right from there, get it all done, and have everything up and running. So I wanted everybody to, you know, just again know that website was there, and utilize it. So the other thing that I wanted you to look at, and there seems to be, again, confusion, and I like to eliminate as much confusion as possible, and phone calls and those kind of things. And I'm going to go over to genealogy real quick. A lot of people get confused with telling me that they're unranked, right? Because they're looking at something which is not this page, and I'll show you what that is in a second. But this is where you want to look at if you're looking for your rank, right over here, right, your rank. Now, what people are looking at, I'll show you something here, is they're viewing this link. And that link takes you to a form that basically, well, that's not it. Takes you to a form. There you go. And it starts out with next month's rank. So you know, if I were to look at this at this form, it says my rank is a diamond, right? And what I need to achieve to be the next rank, and so on and so forth. It's a little confusing. There's a drop-down menu that is right here that will give you, you know, this month's rank. And if you look at this month's rank, then it's correct, right? Double diamond, it tells me what I need to do to hit triple, and so on and so forth. So, so anyway, so don't look at this page to think that this is your rank unless you change that drop-down menu. The other thing that I'm seeing a lot of confusion in is when people go to the genealogy, there's a different view right up here. So where it says view default, and I'll get to your chats in just a second. You know, this is, you know, people look down at their tree and they go, hey, well, I can only see a couple of people underneath me, you know? Well, what you've got to do is you've got to go up to your view, and you've got to click on the list view, and then in a second the list will come up, and lo and behold, you can click on left to right. If you only have one leg there, then you can see who's in that leg, and then it opens up a whole list, right? Opens up a whole list of people, and you can scroll down the list and keep going and going and going and going and going, right? So a lot of people don't know that exists. The other thing that that I wanted to show you in your genealogy, and it's again up underneath that that drop-down menu that we just pulled down the list view, and that is the enroller tree, right? So I'm going to go back over here again, and I want to go to, again, a lot of information back here, lots of different ways to look at things, and it's now going to my enroller tree, right? And so what it does, it says that I've personally enrolled customers and independent representatives, 133. Right now I'm looking at first level, right? First level. And it shows my enroller tree volume. And then it shows all the people that I have enrolled, right? Pretty simple. Now, the other component that is interesting on here is this column right here that I'm pointing to is it shows that an auto ship has been set up, right? It shows that whether the person is a ruby, whether they're an emerald, whether they're a diamond, and whatever their rank is, and then their auto ship date. If that is blank, then there's no auto ship for that particular person. So this is one of those forms that I go to all the time just to make sure that people have their auto ships set up, their loyalty purchases. And guys, I can change this, to go to any level, right? I can come down here to all. I can go here to any rank, right? I can go to rubies and above, which is what I look at all the time. I can click on change view, and it then tells me in an instant or an instant and a half, what that looks like. And so it's telling me that already, in 10 days, 135 new representatives have been added to the team, which is absolutely fantastic, guys, fantastic. And then you can come down and start cruising your rubies and above, right? And you can just keep looking and looking and looking. And then, of course, looking at, and again, what I do in this form all the time is look at auto ships, right? Loyalty purchases, who's got one set up, who doesn't. You know, there seems to be, again, a lot of confusion with respect to people purchasing a business builder pack. And let's say that purchase happens in February, right? Or let's say it happens in January. You know, so you had some people that became a Ruby, purchased a business builder pack in January. Now, in order to maintain rank, right? In order to maintain rank, they've got to do a 3-product or 100 BV purchase, and it could be purchase or loyalty purchase, but there's some reasons and there's some advantages to doing a loyalty purchase. And so, you know, and they have to do that by the last day of the month following the purchase. So January purchase must have a loyalty purchase or 100 BV purchase in sometime before the last day of February. I wouldn't wait until the last day, but you know, go ahead and get it set up, right? Get it set up and make sure that it's in the process and you got everything picked out. Now, obviously, if you do it on a loyalty purchase and you maintain, there's a couple of different choices. You can do 150 BV, maintain 150 BV for 3 months, and you're automatically an Emerald, right? Automatically qualified for Emerald. Or you can do a 100 BV loyalty purchase for 6 months, and you're automatically qualified for Emerald. So, you know, a couple of different ways to get to Emerald. The last thing that I want to show you, and I could spend forever in the back office, but is the newsletter. Some of the people have been asking me, well, what countries are we in? You know, let me say this about that. We're in every country. There's probably no country we're not in. So if you go to the drop-down menu and it's on the drop-down menu, you can sponsor a person that lives in that particular country. Just because we're not, you know, that country is not in the newsletter, and it's not saying that, you know, these are all the country updates, right? And so Terry updates these from time to time. So if the country's not here, that doesn't mean that we're not open. We ship into these countries, into most countries, under a set of rules called NFR, right? Not for resale, personal consumption only. So you can enroll somebody in almost any country. I think there's 2 or 3 that you can't. And then we can ship products into almost any country. And so, you know, what Terry and the crew are doing is with these other countries is getting getting Valentis registered in that country, and then getting the products to go through that country's registration process, so that we can actually retail the products, right? We can retail to other customers and so on and so forth. So, so I wanted everybody to see that. I mean, spend some time in the back office and look around. And again, if you're confused with anything, by all means, reach out to me, reach out to your enroller, reach out to somebody, and ask the questions. So there's a couple of chats here. So okay, and then great. So anyway, so if you've got all that, that's great. Again, if you've got any questions, you know, again, there's always a few questions relative to placement of people. And we kind of teach that, you know, you put your first person on your enroller's leg, and then you put the second and third person on, and fourth person, the fifth person, whatever, right? Because what you want to do is you want to get dual team qualified. You want to have one person on each leg. So now you're qualified for dual team commissions. So, excuse me, the coughing, guys. So that's, but then, you know, continue to build down that, that leg, your leg, right? And continue to add volume there. You know, I'm not going to go into anything any deeper than that, but what I'd like to do is we'll come off the screen share and we'll stop that and we'll go back over here. Great. Okay. And guys, if anybody's got any questions, by all means, you know, this is a great time to bring them up, you know, especially questions in the back office or anything that you might be confused on, and we'll get it sorted out.
I have a quick question about the event.
Okay.
Can we invite people who are local there to come?
Sure.
Do we need to get them a separate ticket, or can they come to just one meeting or a workshop or whatever?
Can they come to what now, Marcia?
I wondered if I needed to get an event ticket for them, or if they can just come to a session on one day for an hour or whatever, just to kind of get an idea of what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, take, you know, if you want them to see what's going on, I mean, the best way to do it is kind of get them, you know, pre-enrolled, right? And then do kind of a screen share. You know, if all of you haven't set up a Zoom account, it's got a great screen share functionality on there. And I would encourage you to set up your Zoom account. It's free, and start getting used to it, right? Start calling your mother on it, or call your brother on it, or, you know, and just kind of practice a little bit, and pretty soon you'll be a pro. And, you know, because it's just you know, it's a great tool, and it's free for 40 minutes for up to, I forget how many people, a lot, 50 people or something like that, and until you get into the paid version. But, you know, most of you can just get away with a free version, and, you know, just use that. You can use it over and over and over again. You're just kind of limited to 40 minutes at a time. So, so do go and play with it and have fun with it. So you've got record functionality on the free version. You got all kinds of things. So go and play with it. So any other questions?
Question, yeah.
Herman, did you have a question?
I have a question. We were dealing with numbers that are showing volumes, and you know, payments are paid out in dollars. Is there any relationship? What's the relationship between the volume and the dollar amount that are up?
Okay, hey Chuck, I think it might have had something to do with the volume number assigned to each product package or single product.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about, you know, how simple the pricing is with Valentis, right? Every product is $59.95. Every product, right on down the road, and they all carry 50 BV, right? 50 business volume. So, you know, no matter what it is, it's $59.95, 50 business volume. A 3-pack is 100 business volume, $129.95. 6 products, $199.95, 150 BV, and then $499.95 for the business builder package, and that's 400 BV. So real simple, and again, very consistent. You know, no pricing all over the place and different BV numbers and everything. Dave has kept it all very consistent and all very simple. So simple is good.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else, guys?
Quiet Sunday.
Anything else?
I think we're good.
We think we're good?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, so the mission for this week, is duplication, right? I mean, everybody just needs to put out more samples, more people. You know, this business is nothing more than numbers, right? It's just a numbers game. And, you know, please don't get disappointed. You know, one of the things that I've seen over the course of the last 30 years, things that take people out of this industry are the ups and the downs, right? I mean, it's not always up. I mean, there's some downs, and then there's an up, and then you get down, and then you get encouraged, and then it goes down again. And it's that up and down motion, you know, it's seasickness or whatever, but you know, that is one of the things that you just have to get used to. I mean, you know, and anytime that you're feeling down or depressed or one thing or another, call me, call Mitch, you know, call one of us, and we'll help get you back up again. Because, you know, it's just, you know, this is a long term, right? This is an endurance race. This is like a triathlon, right? So, you know, we're just in the first little phase of the triathlon, and, you know, we just got to keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over. And, you know, hey, I don't hit it out of the park every day. You know, trust me, I don't. I probably strike out more than most people, but I swing an awful lot, right? So I swing and swing and swing and swing, and then every so often I get a hit, and every so often I get a grand slam. You know, so you just got to keep swinging. You got to keep stepping up. You got to keep doing the same thing, and, you know, just keep going through the same motions, and don't let your emotions get in, you know, in control of you. So nothing, you know, what helps everybody's attitude is more people. You get a brand new person on your business, then, you know, and I'm going to give you a hint here, and that is that when you get a brand new person, you've got to embrace that person, right? You got to reach around here and give them a big old hug, and you got to, you know, this is a brand, you know, it's like an infant, right? You've got to nurture that person along, because all of a sudden you're talking to them about being in a business, right? Being in a business, and, you know, most people have never been in a business before. So you've got to just nurture them along. Now, again, when is a person the most excited? The person is the most excited when they first get in the business. So, you know, take the time to, you know, to go through things with a brand new person and start talking about, you know, who they know and who they're going to contact, and, you know, hey, let's get on the phone and call that person, and let's do these things together, right? The more that you can do that, the more nurturing, and get them introduced to your upline, get them introduced to the people that you're working with, because it just gets them involved and engaged in everything. So, you know, just follow through with, you know, so many times people think that their job is done as soon as they sponsor somebody, but really your job has just started. You know, the work has just now begun. You know, if you're really truly going to teach them, you know, exactly what has to be done. And that's what we want to do. We want to be able to teach everybody, you know, all the little things, because as you teach, so they will learn, and they will then in turn teach the people that they're bringing into the business. So, help them get on the calls, show them where Valentis calls, are, show them all of these things, show them how to get up to the Valentis opportunity, how to get, approved and onto that site. So you just got to take your time and take them through the steps. And if you'll do that, then, they feel more comfortable in calling me or calling Mitch or calling whomever, because they've been introduced to that person, and they know that, hey, they can call anytime, like any of you can know that you can call me pretty much any time. If my phone is on and it rings, I'll answer it. If it doesn't, and I don't answer it, I'm asleep. So that's it. So, hey guys, love these Sunday night get-togethers, and appreciate everybody taking their time and joining us. I'll get this recording off to everybody. Got a brand new training that I've just finished and just putting the final touches on it. I didn't want to do it tonight because of all the coughing, and I apologize for that, but by next week I'll be better. So with that, God bless everybody. Have a great week. If you need me, I'll be around all week long, and let's go add some people to the team. So with that, Mitch, thank you very much. Thanks, guys, everybody. And if anybody else has the flu, get well. So with that,
Thanks, Chuck. You feel better, okay?
good night.
Yes, get
Absolutely.
well.
Night,
Thanks.
Mitch.
Good night, everybody.
Good
Make them more
everyone.
immune.
Thanks, guys.
Very